So, what went wrong?
Ark did it. It's all his fault. I blame him.
Look, it could have gone better. We just need a bit more time. And maybe half the guards killed in the area we were working. Well, look, what's done is done. We put it behind us and move forward. And me especially, because, damn it, there were people on that convoy who have reason to be coming after me now that they're free.
Oh, poor you.
Yes. Look, that's the first step of a major retribution arc. You get framed for a crime, you're on your way to some oubliette prison, and the resurrection prison is really one of the worst in that point. Only to be freed the last minute. That just begins the whole adventure and revenge arc.
All right. I know it's been a while since we've done a quest, so I'm willing to forgive some mistakes. Because, you know, they shake the rust off sort of thing. But this was an abysmal quest that went totally wrong. Even though we might still get paid. It depends on if he made it. I don't really know. The countryside is full of convicts at the moment. All the guards in every town, for miles, are hunting down escaped convicts. All because of our ineptitude. And I'm willing to share my part of the blame. Yes, that's why I said our. I'm willing to share my part of the blame because I did everything in my power to make this go right. But there was one mistake I made. There was one critical mistake that kind of was the linchpin of the whole operation. And if it had not been for that one mistake, I'm willing to own my mistakes. I'm willing to own it. My mistake was relying on you twats.
Did he just call us twats?
Look, you didn't rely upon us enough. For instance, we should have all been brought in to be briefed on this before we accepted the contract, because if I had known who was being freed, then we probably wouldn't have taken the contract.
No offense, Arcturus, but listening to you right now makes my hair hurt.
You have hair?
It's literally hair on my face right now.
That's beard hair. That's different.
Hair is hair.
No, it's different. If you look at the quality of the hair on your face, compare it to the hair that you may or may not have on your head, and you compare the feel of the two. One is a lot coarser and rougher than the other, typically.
But that doesn't have any bearing on what I said. I said the grate of his voice makes my hair hurt. It doesn't matter what hair.
Hair?
My pubes could be hurting right now. What does it fucking matter?
It matters a great deal, Magog.
No, it doesn't. It literally... Listen, you fucking dry fucking scrubber. Like, you are a sponge that is unwet. Your brain is like a dried fucking sea sponge.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just spit it out and call her a weedy hedge-borne infection already.
Your personality is like an overripe banana.
All right. Pentacast. The moron and the yeast infection are done talking for the moment. Pentacast, talk to me, buddy. What went wrong?
Wait. Who's the yeast infection? And
take a fucking guess. All right, it doesn't matter. Each one. Both ways.
My moves were perfectly calculated. It's just that you lost patience and took extreme measures. I probably would have gotten it back under control.
See, yeast infection is increasingly irritating, and that definitely sounds like Arcturus. But I'm also not a moron, so I can't be that.
Look, I'm only going to break character like this once, all right? What do you need? This is important. You're jeopardizing everything.
What I need is like a purge of all the people in the world that only exist to keep their skeletons from falling over.
I don't know how to help with that. Look, I'm on a mission right now, okay? Leave me alone.
All right.
Oh, right.
He still
Is he
thinks
dead?
he still thinks he's disguised as a prisoner to break into the prison. All right, for everybody watching, welcome to Side Quest. I'm here with my wicked cohorts, Arcturus, the Nameless Thief, and of course Pentagast of the North.
Hello.
What do you mean still?
Yeah, we're done with the mission. You are literally back in your micro dimension at the moment.
Oh. And hey,
Yep.
Yeah,
Did
you people carry me back here?
No, we carried the micro dimension box with us, and when you wouldn't get up out of the carriage, we just let it suck you back in. We carried a box, not you. I mean, you were in the box.
So the
The
mission's
box is
over.
much more compliant.
Yes,
The mission's over.
The mission failed successfully.
But look, for once I was doing my job, and apparently I was doing it too well. I mean, look, to recap, very long time ago, I'm the leader. Leaders lead by example. You said I was the rock that held this group together. We were playing the Red Rocks, so I assumed I had to be rock-like. So I was like, oh, I'll pretend to be a corpse.
No,
What?
red rook. Red rooks.
What's a rook?
A blackbird, a really large blackbird, kind of like cousin to the raven and the crow.
The red blackbirds?
Yes, I know. It's
Is
a
this-
little.
I don't believe you. I think you're trying to be tricksy here.
Who's Trixie?
My hair's hurting again. Listen, everybody watching, all donations through Streamlabs, Super Chats, and Cash App are appreciated as it keeps our treasury filled so we can continue to entertain you week after week. Please keep in mind if you donate to the Cash App to put your screen name in the message itself because I won't read anything that looks like a real name. No doxing allowed on Side Quest. Thank you all for watching. Let us catch you up. We were hired to do a quest. It was a convict convoy on its way to deliver hundreds of prisoners to the resurrection prison of Gorgotha. All right? And we were hired by some noble lord willing to pay us handsomely to break his nephew out of the convoy and escape into the wilderness with him, abscond before the convoy reaches the prison. Guess what didn't happen on this quest?
We didn't win.
We didn't lose either. We didn't lose.
We successfully failed.
Yes, we failed successfully.
Look, and the odds are you'll all get paid. The convicts going to the Golgotha Resurrection Prison rarely ever eat each other before they're put in the prison.
Look,
Listen. Yes,
you've
go ahead.
just given a description of our entire mission and how it was supposed to be carried out. Why don't you people check with me to see if I actually understand what it is you're saying?
Well, I did find it strange that you wanted to disguise yourself as a prisoner. But I didn't question it.
A corpse! I was supposed to be dead. You had to break character, make me start talking, and I didn't know if the mission's still going or not.
Yes, but you seem to fail to realize that they don't take dead people to prison. They take dead people to the necropolis.
I died on the way there, and there wasn't time to stop. That was the whole idea. That way I could slip away undetected and...
Actually, that's not a bad plan.
Get to our mark.
That's not a bad plan, actually. Pretend to
I
be a prisoner.
Remember, that's what you told me. You took me aside, and you were like, look, Pentagast, this all hinges on you. You're the rock that holds this team together. And I need you to do this. Even though it's not your wheel, it's not really your forte. I need you to step up this one time and lead like the leader you are. I remember this.
All right, dude, let me ask you a question, Pentagast, real quick. Did I sound like this, or did I sound like, Magog needs you to do something? Like, did it? Which one?
It was a bit more nasally. I'm not gonna lie. I thought maybe you had some sort of like congestion or something.
This is why I don't remember talking to you and telling you to do this. And you seem to have taken orders from me that I did not give. Yeah, the hard part was finding a coffin big enough.
Non-standard dimensions, especially in the
Well,
Brobdingnagian.
yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, you have to build lengthwise, but also height-wise. It's a whole thing. I understand. Look, I let's not go into it right now.
Right. Well,
There are more important things going on, like the fact that somehow this mission was not a failure, but also not a success, and I had nothing to do with it the entire time.
you were still
Well-
locked in the carriage when we were all fleeing for our lives, so...
Ooh.
Wait, no one checked to get me out?
Well, they thought you were dead,
No,
so
we
we
had to-
figured we could just circle back around, get you.
It
And
seems
we
like the
did.
most
You fit in the
logical
box
solution.
fine and hauled you out, no issue. Even though you seem to have taken a bit more time than necessary to break character.
Your character was a dead man.
Look, the inter-team or guild communication on this entire endeavor is severely lacking.
It seems we have a lack of communication within the higher ranks of the Wicked Guild. It is true. Some people were denied critical need to know
Need to know
information.
information.
Yes.
Yes, like
That's-
who were supposed to be breaking out before we took the contract. That
Yeah, who
would have been
lost-
very important to know.
Who
Yeah,
lost
that
the
does seem
picture?
kind of important.
The Lord that hired us gave us a picture, an artist rendition of what his nephew looked like, so that we could pick him out of the hundreds of prisoners that were in these
You know-
cages on the back of carriages, marching our way across Morscar into Volgoth to the fucking
You can't-
resurrection prison.
If
I-
lost it.
Hold on.
was
You can't
told-
blame. No. Wait. You just wait right there. You cannot blame that one on me. No artist rendition was ever given to me. Thus, how would I have been able to sneak away and find the correct prisoner and break
Yeah.
him out in the first?
Right.
I was told that I cannot be trusted with pieces of paper anymore.
Yes, and we all know that when it comes to documents, maps, and scrolls, we all know who handles all of that for us on the quests, don't we, Arcturus?
Our paper jockey.
I'm certain one of them lost it before I ever saw it.
Mr. Administrator of the
I am, yes,
Wicked Guild.
very good at that.
Look, I still have the evidence of the last time Thief was entrusted with paper. Does anybody remember this?
Yeah, I remember that very. Oh yeah.
I'm not allowed pieces of paper, books, any sort of personal documentation anymore for reasons that
You're also not allowed to
Could
spelling
incriminate me.
competitions of any sort.
Also, can I point out, Thief, your one job
I'm
on this
sorry.
quest, your one fucking job,
Mhm.
your one job was to bring with you the master key so that we can unlock the shackles of the said person we were freeing, and you left the master key somewhere on your ship.
why would I bring that within even a 15-mile radius of you people? I obviously have the ability to pick locks just by myself without a master key as a crutch. All right, so why would I need the master key?
Because it
If I
would have
could just
been
do-
faster, it would have been simpler, and you could have done it without anyone noticing.
But why is she using words that I've never heard?
Because
But
she
wh-
rarely uses
what?
them. Because,
What in God's name is a radius?
You know how
halfway
mushroom?
point between the diameter of a circle.
You
Is
know
it
what?
Sarthosian in origin? Because I don't like Sarthosian.
No,
stuff.
you know how mushrooms are round, and if you look at them from the top, it's like a circle.
Yeah, that's
The outer rim where the mushroom stops being a mushroom is like a radius.
the outer circle.
No, it's
No.
it's also a radius.
No, that's the
Okay, there's
circumference.
Oh, that's the
The
circumference.
radius is
Radius.
the halfway point
The
between
radius.
the diameter
If you
from
cut-
either side of the circle.
If you cut a mushroom in half, listen, I am not a wizard of maths. Okay? I'm a wizard of dark magic, not maths.
Fine, stop talking with this math words. Look, I lost the picture, and this is a disaster because I'm pretty sure he did survive, and
Oh,
he might have even recognized me.
so basically, the burning question of who lost the map, it was you.
Yes, he has
The artist's
owned
Did we already
rendition,
establish that?
he's owned the fact that he lost the artist's rendition
Brachus the Younger.
of the Lord's nephew that was
Purchase.
supposed to break out. What?
What?
Look, I was prepared to eat the loss on failing this because I did not want him loose. I went through a lot of trouble to frame him.
Excuse me.
He was in prison for murdering 16 dogs and 3 cats, but
Do
nobody
you
cared about the
know
cats.
how difficult it is to murder 16 dogs and then put someone else to blame for it?
But he murdered them with a baby. He like swung a baby in a bag and beat dogs to death with them. It's like the most horrible crime you could think of.
Why?
Wait,
Why?
how did the dogs have stab wounds?
The baby had a
Right?
knife in his hand.
No wonder he had it in her bag. That's an evil baby.
Was that a laugh from
Let me be honest, that's the last time I'll use that contractor. That was a bit much.
Just
A bit.
I can't stop. Okay, all right, hold on. Let's shut up. Let's
What?
get he
What?
had
What?
he had a burlap sack with a baby with a knife in his hand, and he swung over his head and hit dogs with it. It was really
You do?
it. You know,
And-
I just
Look, that's a murderous baby. There were I remember hearing about that because every time it swung, there were like 7 stab wounds. That's some impressive rapid firedness with the dagger.
the baby was also on speed, so
Yeah,
Why are we drugging babies?
I
Why-
didn't drug a baby.
why
What
are
are you
we
talking about?
why are we giving the
We-
baby a knife and putting it into a sack and beating dogs to death with? You're missing. You got like one piece
Another
of that puzzle.
excellent point.
You got
Okay,
like
the
one.
assassin I
You
hired
focused on
has
that
a
one
penchant
piece.
Autistic statement.
You just ignored all the rest of it and focused on this one. Like even like the lesser of the freaky shit.
Yes,
Like just
yes.
we're giving babies drugs and you fucking forgot about the baby having a knife and it was in a sack and it was being swung around to beat dogs to death. You just
The
ignored
rest
all of that.
is just a normal day in
That's
the brine.
irrelevant. Doesn't
Yes.
matter.
You're just hyper focused on the infant being on drugs. Just
No,
Listen. The last thing we need is babies on speed. All right.
Unless you want to kill dogs, apparently they're really effective at it.
just
Yes.
Who knew?
now you might be completely numb to baby on dog violence in the brine, but it was unheard of here in Southwest, really.
Let me ask you something, Thief. When you put a baby on speed and put it in a sack holding a knife and you swing it around like this, what's the radius of your fucking swing? Like, what's the fucking radius?
I'm gonna
Like,
need to
why
get
is-
my quill out so that I can assess this. Do we know what the diameter and the circumference of the
The
radial
arch?
arc of
Like-
of the
like, just
swinging of the sack?
Fucking calculate that for me over here while I
Is it
fucking
my
try to
arm
figure out
or
what
is
went
it
wrong
your
on the
arm?
fucking mission.
Are we using my arm or are we using your arm?
Calculate the fucking circumference of swinging a baby around to beat dogs to death with while I
Alright.
fucking get over here and try to figure out what went wrong on our fucking quest. Shut up, Pendergast. Shut up.
You asked what the circumference or what the radius is?
I want both. I want you to do the geometry for the next 10 fucking minutes on a blackboard with fucking black chalk.
All right. I will have that math to you in 10 minutes.
For fuck's sake! Yeah, we got a donation from Octane Junkie. It's the Pentagas is just fucking dying over there. Shut up. What's the fucking?
I'm dying.
At 100 Signas from Octane to attacks for the Thief and Magog, and a Poe power up from Octane. Thank you very much, Octane. I also got a 50 Signa donation from Meshikiare, I believe it was, who says, "My lord, here is a gift to give you some relief and peace, betrayal to use when you can bear it no more." Thank you so much. Octane, are you willing to give up one of your betrayals for Meshikiare? Because maybe I could break the rules. I don't know. I'm extra angry tonight. Maybe I deserve 2 fucking betrayals.
Point of clarity. How old is the baby? It's important for my calculation.
I have the answer.
1.5 years old.
I have the answer for you right here.
Need to play again?
All right. Tonight's episode of Side Quest is brought to you by the letter A for angry, which I am. You people are watching at home are probably going to see a side of me you have not seen in quite a while. It's mostly because this was a simple job. We were to disguise ourselves as a simple adventuring group called the Red Rooks, whose reputation is untainted. That's why we invented them, so we could take on quests without them knowing it's the Wicked Guild, because if they knew it was the Wicked Guild, they wouldn't have hired us in the first place. But in reality, we were hired by a corrupt Lord of Sarthos to break his nephew out of the Convict Convoy, heading to the resurrection prison of Gorgalta. Now listen, it was a simple task. We get paid, twice. The guards needed extra people, so they hire the Red Rooks. We join the guards about halfway through the mountains in the north as we cross the border into Volgoth. We set loose our prisoner and get him to a nearby safe house / way station at the crossroads just outside of the Gorn Mountains. And we then continue the quest as the Red Rooks, as if nothing has happened. And then when we get to the prison, we collect our cash and we leave. And the prisoners are all taken into the prison, and then we return and get paid again by the Lord who hired us to get his nephew out once we return him safely. None of that happened. None of it fucking happened. All right? None of it. All right? So, just catching everyone up. Catching everyone up.
Catching everyone up except me. Never mind. I was misinformed from the start, and I still don't know what the actual mission was because I was dead. And you told everybody while I was dead.
Yeah, it's my show and it's my rules, and I'm giving Meshikiare the betrayal he asked for as well. So there is a betrayal from Octane Junkie to the Thief, and there's also a Poe power-up, and I think Poe's about ready right now anyway, isn't he? Yes. Here he comes. Here. Yes.
So,
I think emotional support ratchet and top.
yeah, shut the fuck up, you floof-necked motherfucker. Yes, what are you laughing at? You amazing prick. Okay, just, you play dead in a coffin the whole fucking time because you're too lazy to walk the distance to the resurrection dungeon. You have nothing to fucking say. Stop snickering over there, you bearded weirdo. All right? Fucking mushrooms as a butt plug, that guy. Anyway, yeah, this went horribly wrong, even with my jokes and pranks and stuff, and I'm not fucking happy either. So let's just chalk this one up to bad luck, shall we? By the way, you're all fucking morons. Go fuck yourself.
I would like to chalk this up just to bad luck, but we've released 3 different people I had framed for horrible crimes, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to see them again in the near future. Thank you all very much.
Let's remind everybody at home that it all went horribly wrong when we lost the picture, couldn't identify the nephew, the thief left the master key back, our disguises started wearing thin because of the illusion magic was wearing off. Why? I was distracted. I couldn't keep the spell going with all the fuck-ups around me. And also, the illusion kind of broke a little bit when one of the horse carriages, like with all the prisoners inside, like I was trying to find the nephew. I was like whispering. I was like, hey, who's this lord's nephew? Like, anybody know this guy? Where is Johanna? Like, where is Johanna? And then, like, the horse kicked backwards. There was like this bucket swinging, for the prisoners to go to the bathroom in. And it fell down on the ground and rolled, and all this shit and piss like fell out of it onto my fucking boots. And I was like, oh god, and I jumped back, and one of the other horses got spooked, and it fucking kicked backwards. And there's like 25 caged wagons. All the horses just kind of kicked backwards because of the one in front of it. And at the very end of the fucking convoy, like a half mile away, the horse kicked backwards, and something like the wagon wheel broke off of it, went rolling down the countryside. And I thought that was the end of it. But like later on, about an hour later, some shit just like fell out of a tree and hit the ground, right? And it rolled to another tree, and that tree had a broken branch, and it like knocked it off and just swung and just hit me right in the tip of my dick. Like, it was hours later, though. Like, it was fucking hours later. What?
Nothing.
I love that.
Nothing. I love
That
this
was-
curse.
Beautiful poetry to my ears.
Like, they're like,
Someday I have to find the person who cursed you thus and shake their hand.
like, can you imagine the wagon wheel rolling through the countryside, and some farmers are out like, oh, it's a fucking wagon wheel. And like, who knows what journey that went on for like an hour? Like hours.
I know.
Like, what
But
journey
that-
did it make to
There are
come?
journeys in the journey to hit the tip of your dick. It's
A magical
absolute.
quest.
Whoever invented this curse and whoever came up with the magics,
What curse?
they have to have been a master.
No, it was a cosmic coincidence. These things happen all the time to other people.
Right? Yeah.
It does.
It doesn't. I look. you would
I've
think
never
that-
been hit with the dick by something random.
Yeah, you. Considering how large mine is, you'd think it would get hit in the tip of it more often. It doesn't get hit at all.
Well, I feel like most people get the tip knocked at least 6 times a week.
Like what? I don't
Um,
even remember. I don't even know how long I've been on.
Mostly you 6 times a week. A note, though, that you basically have the wonderful setup for a children's story there, the wagon wheel that went on a vast magical journey across the countryside and learned that the real mission isn't to hit you in the dick, but the friends they made along the way.
Yeah,
No. 54? No. What? Wait. What year is it in Earth years?
2067.
Sounds
Okay.
about right.
So I would be 95? Look, 95 years on this of this life. Nothing has ever hit me in the tip of my dick. Ever.
Yeah, but that's
Which is
that's
really
not.
surprising. That's a large target.
Yeah, that's not. But that doesn't disprove. That doesn't disprove the universal
Look.
rule.
I'm just saying, I'm not exactly shy with it. It kind of has a mind of its own. It goes where it wants
You
sometimes.
just kind of
you
like
know?
whip it out.
So look, sometimes
Let it hang.
that's true, but other times it's like, look, I'm about to turn left. Y'all better duck. You know,
Jump
that's
rope
kind of a
with
thing.
it.
Anyway,
No.
after the tip of my dick got whacked by a tree branch, I got angry. Our illusions started breaking. The guards started getting nervous. So I just raised a small army of the undead to attack the caravan and ended up releasing all the prisoners because I figured the right one's got to be in there somewhere. And so
Right,
now they're all in the countryside. They're all scattered. All the guards are looking for these escaped convicts. The undead killed the Red Rooks because we need their reputation to stay impeccable, right?
Right.
Actually.
So the Wicked Guild will be blamed for the escape of all these convicts. We will have a negative reputation. The only good thing that came out of this is people now think that we broke out 162 prisoners.
So
What will have a bad reputation?
Well, that's a
Don't
good thing. I mean, it's
say.
bad, but it's
That's
good.
a great.
Are you saying that we're going to basically our reputation has spread to a wider audience? Is that what you're trying to
Yes,
say?
but the Lord who wanted us to free his nephew sees our fuck up. Like, word is going to spread that Wicked Guild is willing to break out hundreds of prisoners, which is evil,
Right.
and I like it. But also, word's going to spread because of the Lord's disappointment that the Wicked Guild cannot be trusted with covert operations.
Well, that's
But-
easy. We
That's
just
very,
go.
that's
But
fair.
that's the most covert of operations that there is. I mean, okay, if we free the entirety
I-
of the prison's occupants, then they don't know which one that we were after.
No, I've got
Free.
it.
And so
I
they
do.
can't, for the life of them, determine who our boss person who hired us was.
Right, but I've got the solution. He thinks that our reputation will suffer. It's easy. We make our own covert operation that no one knows about, and we just kill the Lord who was going to smear our names. And right before we kill him, we're like, "Ha! Bet you didn't see this coming. Pretty covert, huh? Slice. Done. Reputation saved. Enemy, possible threat to our reputation gone. It's easy. We just send thief on the job."
I'm not an
Maybe
assassin.
if I frame him for some horribly gruesome crimes and then have him sent to prison.
That's not very covert, though.
Oh, it's here.
It
McGog,
was
it's
till
here.
you ruined
Here,
it.
here. I got it. The delivery man just dropped it off.
Thank you, Poe. All right.
Actually,
All right. I did request a new artist rendition of the nephew we were supposed to break out of prison, so that we can maybe figure out, did any one of you, out of the hundreds that escaped to the countryside, did anybody recommend... I've seen this face before. Did anybody recognize this person among them? Did any of
Pretty
you...
unique. I don't know. I would remember someone like that. I'm pretty sure.
Did any of you...
he strikes me as familiar, but I can't place it.
Let me get it close. I mean, it's going to go blurry because of the crystal, but does anybody recognize this person at all?
Oh
I
no.
feel like that hat is
You'd think that'd be a tip-off, but they're everywhere. I mean, look, I've got one.
that's
No?
true.
I mean, I feel like I've seen him before. Right?
Does seem familiar. Wait, hold on. Let's get some ostentatious goggles, slap them on Pentagast, and compare it again.
Listen, all I know is that this guy must have escaped with all the rest, so technically we succeeded. But
Yes.
as the nephew has not returned home to his uncle to verify that, we have yet to get paid.
What if we found a lookalike to dress
An
up
uncle?
as the nephew?
Hold on. Just,
Pentagast, are you still up for some method acting?
no. Just hold on a second. Did you say uncle? Was that the term you used? It's an uncle who is looking for their nephew?
Yes. That's typically what uncle fucking means.
It wasn't by chance from the Castle Pentagar, was he?
No, he was a Sarthosian lord from the Castle Pentagar. I mean, no, Penta something. Pentacue.
Uh-huh.
Wait, where is Castle
that-
Pentagar?
Denolf.
No, different lord then. There's, it's just a coincidence.
Okay,
Yeah,
just a coincidence.
This was a
Okay.
corrupt
I see.
lord of Sarthos. Arcturus knows him.
Hmm.
Naturally.
Yes, and I might have to take him out now, which is a bit of a shame, because honestly, he's put a noble effort in to rescue this nephew of his. I just really
it
want
was-
his nephew's land.
There's the name Johanna Pentagoth. That's just yeah.
Oh.
it was
Okay.
yeah.
That's
And maybe in Sarthos it's like the J is silent, so his name is Johanna.
right. Look, I
Yes.
recognize a bit more. I don't like to talk about my family much because they disowned me and all. But I do remember there was quite the extended tree of family relations that were no longer part of the the Pentagon family. They were an offshoot. They pretty much were just they were pretty much just exiled from anything to do with the Donathian culture because they said that Sarthosians weren't bad, and they just went, no, you're fucking out.
I want people at home to look at this image of Johanna Pentagos and imagine this man who we've never seen before,
Right.
swinging a baby in a bag on the streets of a dark alley.
It's
Crowd out,
shockingly easy to picture, which I made full use of.
Look,
Killing dogs with a baby.
it's not that much of a stretch. I can see it. I don't know about all of you, but
He was convicted, by the way, on the testimony of the baby. So the baby's fine.
Yeah,
the
the baby.
baby's old enough to talk then.
The baby. Well, they had to wait for it to grow up. This was years ago.
The baby pointed, and I just made sure that was sufficient evidence.
Gotcha.
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure that, yeah, that baby, who knew? You can't even trust a baby these days.
All right.
They're all talk. They're all squealers. Great.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, apparently. I thought I found the one baby who wouldn't squeal. No, turns out squealed. Well, surprise. I'm just saying that in this situation, you thought you could trust the baby. No, you can't. No, I don't know. I don't.
Also, it says on this wanted poster that
I wasn't involved. I just want everyone to know that I was dead at the time.
Gotcha.
that was the
Playing
crime.
this part.
That was the crime he was convicted of. But it also says here on this poster that he was wanted in connection with a series of terrible, horrific crimes involving gluing ferries to the backs of pigeons and setting the pigeons free.
That was my work, by the way. He genuinely did that shit. Not why I framed him, though.
As an aside,
He claims
have
in court that
some-
he was trying to invent a new form of carrier pigeon. Instead of a tiny little note, it could talk.
well,
Like, get this message to my master, and that fly.
why not
but-
just enchant the pigeons to be able to talk?
Turns out it was kind of cruel to fairies.
You
Like,
can't trust a pigeon.
you can't trust the fairy.
Right.
What the fuck are you
They
talking
have
about?
bird brains.
Yeah, you can't trust a bird. You can't. Hey, bird, deliver this message for me. No, that's
Well,
not gonna work.
As the
Look
fairy,
at Poe. You tell Poe things, he just goes, fuck you.
yeah, the fairies, by the way, would scream as the pigeon flies over towns, led to the widespread myth that birds are not real and in fact controlled by governments.
They are.
Pause.
Go fuck yourself.
I have Streamlabs pilot up that I need to get through.
Go ahead, do
Oh,
the
go ahead.
Streamlabs.
Thank you to the Assassins of the Grey for the 25 signas to say, the most important thing to consider is the Earl's nephew is now dead, and when he finds out, he will hire me to go after all of you. So, best figure something out. Was he dead? I thought he
Oh,
was
great.
escaped.
That's just fucking great. We have a fucking assassin of the gray after us now because of our fuck up. It's all you people's fault.
Hold on, there's no confirmation he's dead yet, although I would love to hear that personally.
True. Next from Lunashot, who tipped 25 signas to say the answer to the length of the circumference traced by swinging a stabbing gangster baby is arc. Arc is the answer. Actually, the length of the circumference traced by the swinging knife baby murderer is 27.8 feet. And I can give you the math on that if you would like it. The radius is 4.43 feet.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank
Yep.
you for sharing.
That is very useful
Yes,
information.
please,
I'm
so.
sure we'll use it never.
I'm happy to be of assistance. Up next from Lunashine, who tipped 5 signas to say the tip of Magog's member must be scarred with the amount of whacking that has been occurring in this season. I don't want to know.
That is completely untrue. I have healing magics that allow no scarifications. And it's perfectly normal. Most people get the tip of their dick hit at least 4 to 6 times a week. It's a
Very
real.
in short, it's not really for her pleasure.
It's so commonplace.
It's very common. It's very common. That's why I don't understand you people's reactions every time I share these coincidences with you. These cosmic coincidences that happen to literally like half the population.
You're right. It
I'm-
happens all the time, and I wouldn't know because I'm a girl.
I just must lead a charmed life to have never taken a strike of a tree branch to the tip of my dick, ever, you know?
And
The rest of the world.
hey, everybody.
Open.
Denial is a river in Egypt.
What?
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know what that means.
That's
The next 6 minutes donated 2 signals to say hi, side questers. Per Earth Reddit, fully expect to see Tyler Perry in the Witchmore filming, a Medea necromancy.
what the fuck do those words mean? I know he's speaking like the common tongue, but I don't know any of those fucking words mean.
Is that like some sort of earth wizard or something?
Probably.
I'm sure it's a wizard skinwalker.
Is it a- he's gonna do
Tyler
a-
Perry, isn't that a mad black woman?
Yes. This is a black mage. He just practices the dark arts.
Right. Well,
I think I've had enough of that from.
we don't
one
need any
lifetime.
competition around here, do we? Like, are they a threat or something?
Guys,
What do we do?
Man.
Right. Well, Mr. Chiari also paid for an attack, and I'm going to go ahead and fucking take it because it's my show and I make up the rules as I go.
Ah!
You can play me, Jen.
Fantastic. I love it when his arms burn. Ha! he got burned into non-existence. That's hilarious. Look at the empty halls, like his heart, like the twisted labyrinth of his mind, empty, but finely bricked. It's finely bricked, empty labyrinth, like the poor man's mind. Listen, I don't know. I think maybe if the nephew shows up, we might get paid, we might not. But if the nephew does show up, I still consider this a success, albeit a chaotic one. I did have to raise quite the amount of undead to attack the caravan. And then we also had to play like we got murdered by the undead because we were disguised as the Red Rooks. It was all a shit show, really, honestly, from start to finish. I don't know if we even should dwell on it anymore. I don't know really what else to say. I've got like a minute left of them being dead. And I don't know. What do you fucking people want from me? We spent a good portion of the show just discussing fucking radiuses and circumferences. So you people are tired of this yet? We failed at a very basic quest. I mean, this wasn't even that hard. For all of you wondering, by the way, Resurrection Dungeon, way back when the elves were trying to figure out immortality, something went terribly wrong and this whole spot of Volgoth was like cursed. And so if you step foot on it, you can die, but you're resurrected. I actually borrowed that magic to create the magic I use here to bring people back to life after death. But it's not true immortality. You can still die of old age. Time still passes normally. But the prison was built on that site. So it's a pretty horrible place to go because no matter what happens to you, whether you're tortured to death or beaten to death by a guard, you'll just wake up in your cell, a few hours later. I mean, it's a pretty badass curse, which is why they built a massive fucking prison on that spot. But, I mean, people can still rot away in there and die of old age and that kind of thing, but even disease won't kill you. I mean, you'll still get sick and you'll wither away with leprosy and your fucking nose will fall off. But guess what? Once you finally kick the bucket, you're back, So, I mean, the Resurrection Prison is by far the worst place you can, end up. Just, Gorgotha's pretty fucking horrible place. By most people's standards, maybe not ours.
You nearly singed Warshock. I I'm very upset about that.
That was not my fault. And all the way, by the way, the Octane Junkie did give a betrayal to Thief. I'm just reminding her because we only have 15 minutes left of the show. Did we lose them? There's like an awful lot of...
No.
No, I forgot.
I just got quiet. I don't.
You're contemplating
What are we
your
doing?
existence.
I'm
I
all
get
right.
it.
Well, I don't know what we were doing.
I forgot
Right.
to turn my sound crystal back on.
Well, a fun fact about Resurrection Prison while we're waiting for Thief to be less thief. The Resurrection Prison was initially a palace reserved for the most elite people until those elite people got very old and then kept on dying, only to wake up next morning, still old, but still more prone to dying. The result was so horrifying, they repurposed the palace into a massive dungeon. And it's one of the worst places you could put someone.
Yeah.
And it's
I mean-
typically kind of hard to do.
Now, the
I
curse
was
is
this
very...
close to putting them all in.
The curse is very, very specific to all deaths except age. So, I mean, if you die of old age, you will die and stay dead there. That's why it wasn't quite immortality. The elves thought they had it. They were close. Eventually, Nelaros, the great emperor of the elves of the Second Age, figured it out. You know? It took 1,000 years to beat that guy, by the way. I mean...
Yeah, that's a.
Also, he had 84 wives. There's a reason why he's called the Mad Immortal King. Just...
Well, if I had 84 wives, I'd be mad too.
Yep, exactly. I mean, some scholars believe that's pretty much why Nelaros lost it.
I would
more
think
than one
so.
a day of the month in most calendars. How did he find the time?
Well, it's just like he had to split up his time. When he's not
Isn't
ruling
that-
the great elven empire, he probably had to
Look-
do like 1 a night, maybe 2 a night. He could double up sometimes.
Look,
I'm
isn't
thinking
there
you have
some?
to.
I do have a question about that. Like, isn't there some? I remember hearing this somewhere that like if you have enough women gathered in the same place, and they synchronize together in
Yes.
some way,
Yeah.
and then they're all pretty much emotional, crazy people at the same time.
Yeah, but Nelaros had elven wives, not humans.
Oh.
Yeah, elves only, females, elfinas, as they're called. The female variant, the she-elf, have different physiognometry, and they only become fertile about once a year.
I thought the female version of the elves was Elvira.
What?
No,
Elvira.
No, that's a ZZ Top song. There-
Oh.
There's
How could that be coming up again?
See, you thought I would go for the obvious one, which is the vampire lady with the big boobs, but I didn't. That's called subversive humor, my friend.
Oh.
That's
I-
that's called. That's
Thank you
called,
for this lesson in comedy.
That's called.
Rumor has it they're equally talented when it comes to tassel twirling.
Yes.
You would know all about that.
I did my studying when I had to.
Because some people call them she-elves, but they actually don't like that. The feminine, because it is a gendered language, the elven language. The feminine of elf is elfina. Just like goblin, goblina, and human is like man, woman. Like, you get it? Not Elvira. Like, that's stupid.
No. Elvira with an F. Elf, and then Vira.
You're making my brain hurt.
Vira.
Why are you doing this to me?
Can you calculate the circumference of the hole I'm going to put you in for the rest of your life?
Are you gonna give me the radius this time?
7.
7 what? Feet? Meters? Inches? Centimeters?
Meters. Cubits. Yes. How about that? I'm gonna
7
bury
two.
you like the pharaohs of old.
Yes.
I'm gonna
7
throw.
tosses of a dead cat.
I'm gonna throw fucking dead cats in that hole first, and fill it with golden beetles before tossing you in.
That's not a proper Egyptian burial.
Look,
I'll have
look,
you
if
know.
we're-
First,
if-
what we would have to do if we were
Whoa.
to... You know what? Actually, I'm going to use my
I
special
I
attack.
know a bit about this.
No. Special attack right now. Let's go.
Yes, I know it's the Oak Ridge Boys. I totally forgot that. Thank you, John. He reminded me that the Elvira song wasn't ZZ Top. It was the Oak Ridge Boys. But, to my defense, they fucking sound the same.
Yeah, there, Skirmish. I'll be fine in the long run.
Oh, Pentecost just like randomly died.
No, I used my special attack.
Well, I didn't hear that because I was reading the stupid. Fine, whatever.
Was I the first one paying attention?
Yes.
Also,
All right.
dead don't talk.
Ugh, that's gnarly. Anyhow. So, you want to hear about how the Egyptians buried their dead? Well, I actually happen to know quite an awful lot about this subject because I am a treasure hunter and person who is obsessed with treasures. Not just in treasures, not just in our realm, but in all realms. So, what you have to know about Egyptian burials is first, what they would do is they would take a what do you say? A sharp pointy stick, and they would stick it into your brain and scramble your brains around, and then pull them out with a giant hook straight through your nose. Right? Obviously, you'd be dead for this, but sometimes, in very special circumstances, mayhaps not actually. So, scramble your brains, pull it out, get all that nasty goop right out of your head, and then they would surgically remove every individual one of your organs and put it in what they call a canopic jar so that they could be preserved for the afterlife. And then they would dry you out. The entirety of your body would be dried out in preparation for being wrapped. And then you'd be wrapped with linens, typically, with little charms kind of tucked in between the bandages and the linens that are wrapped around all of your everything as they went. And then I believe they would put you in a sarcophagus and then bury you in the desert with a whole bunch of traps and all of your worldly possessions for the afterlife, because obviously in the afterlife you need all of your stuff. As I'm sure you all know, I myself have a tomb and a sarcophagus for myself for the eventual time when I will be buried, because obviously I am not immortal. I will not live forever, but I would like to live forever in the afterlife with all of my stuff. So my men and my husband have specific instructions to bury me with all of my things so that I will live on
You're not
endlessly.
You're not following what Magog was talking about, though. He's gonna bury you in a hole with cats and beetles. It's not the traditional Egyptian mummification. It's the cursed ones, the Hum-Dai.
No,
Yeah.
the Hun die. The Hun die. You still are mummified. You go through the whole process of mummification.
And then when
but you're
put you
dead.
No, but when they put you in the sarcophagus, they put in flesh-eating beetles that
Yes.
carry on the curse for
They do that.
eternity.
They do that too. But you're alive during that part.
That's what we're going to do to you.
When did y'all
I
become
don't like
such
it.
fucking scholars on the ancient Earth realm kingdom of Egypt?
I studied. I was looking into the Earth realm, and I found this thing about what is that? It's a very popular religion there, Scientology, and there was a very important man named Tom Cruise, and so I researched Tom Cruise.
I did something different. I watched the Mummy documentary, and then
The
the
only
Mummy
thing-
Returns documentary.
The only thing I remember about ancient Egypt is that many years after the pharaohs died out, Brendan Fraser went there and killed them again.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's the Mummy documentary that I watched.
So we
Wait.
watched the same thing. Got it.
Yes.
That's
Did you also watch
No.
the Scorpion King documentary as well?
Nobody
No.
watched that one. No.
I didn't. What are you talking about? I distinctly remember that it has the like world leader Tom Cruise acting, and there
No, that was a
there's
shitty
another
one.
guy-
Nobody else watched either.
It's this Australian guy.
No, that was the mummy from Wish.
And he's like, yeah, but it was like a Wish.com version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I believe.
No,
Yeah.
that was another one nobody watched.
What about
Look, my research into this religion's what led me to it. I didn't want to. I was just trying to research the plot.
did you guys
Really?
watch the Mummy documentary 3?
No.
Say,
The only-
Pendergast,
the only-
what is your thinking level?
I look, I don't have enough signals to get tested, so I don't know.
When I was first trying out a portal, it was a long time ago. The portal into looking into other dimensions, and this one I opened up was like in the 60s, back on Earth, and it like I kind of came through, and I was like, I am Magog. I'm going to conquer you. I will send my vast armies of undead. But on the other side, the weird person at his typewriter like heard me, and he heard that I was Zenu, and that it was weird. It was a weird thing. But I think I remember that guy.
I think I've heard of this guy.
Yeah, his name was Ron.
Yeah,
Yeah, I talked to him
Yeah.
when I first opened portals.
weird.
Yeah. I mean, he was a fat moron, but he was my first contact with the other side.
Yeah, that wasn't he trying? Like, didn't you obviously something of your desire for world conquest must have like rubbed off on him, because that guy amassed one hell of a following.
Yeah,
And
but,
I mean, he's dead, and they're still loyal to him to this day.
yeah, but they called it Scientology instead of Magoganism, so I'm angry
Right.
about it.
But they just keep the whole idea seems to be just to keep amassing properties, claiming more and more land. So
Poe, what do you?
something of your ideas or your motivations must have rubbed off somewhere.
Poe,
In
have you?
short, he hijacked your grift, Magog.
Yeah, he did a much better job than me. I'm not as wealthy. Poe, didn't you say something about learning about ancient Egypt?
Yeah, I learned everything I know about ancient Egypt from Night at the Museum.
Curiously,
And
one of
you
the least informative
Us
films
scholars.
just discussed.
Also, Denial is a river in Egypt.
I don't believe it. I refuse.
Is it denial or denial?
Do we have anything else, or can I just go kill myself?
Is that the one with Amy
We
Adams?
would hardly ever dream of stopping you.
By the way,
I mean,
when it
I
comes
haven't
to
done
American
that.
cinema, especially the horror genre, is there any other creature depicted in horror that is more lame than a fucking mummy? Like, let's face it, right? I mean, that's coming from a necromancer, but it's kind of weak sauce, isn't it? Compared to like Dracula or fucking Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees, all real people, by the way. Be careful, your realm is filled with some pretty horrible fucking things.
Yeah.
Now, the
Yeah,
Army
well-
of Darkness made it clear that skeletons alone are vastly faster and deadlier than mummies.
Yeah, mummies just are skeletons with bandages on. Like, why do they need the bandages? They don't have any blood left. They're not wounded. They walk pretty slow. They do this.
Actually, no. I have a monster that is hands down far more lame than a mummy. All right, and it's the monster that hides under the bed, to be thwarted so easily by the cover of blankets. I mean, come on.
I never understood how monsters under the bed. I mean, make a valid point. Like, why are kids scared of a monster under the bed when they sleep on a futon flat on the floor? That fucking monster must be like a sheet of paper with eyes.
Right?
It's not very scary.
What? Well, I don't understand this concept of sleeping above the ground. Like, what's the obsession with that?
What are you, a
Sleeping
vampire?
with Pendergast?
Are you a fucking vampire? Do you have
No.
to
You live
sleep?
under a rock?
Do you
No,
have to-
you use the floor. like
Do you-
everyone else does.
Do you have to
No.
sleep in your native soil? Or else you get called back to the Transylvanian Carpathian Mountains.
You know, for a certain period of time when I felt I was in considerable danger, I slept under the bed, so that meant I was the monster under the bed. With a dummy, of course, sleeping on the mattress. For when the assassin doesn't bother to check well enough.
I
Would
thought
explain why you're thwarted by bed sheets. But anyway,
I thought that it would be pretty cool to be a monster in the closet. But then I would have to come out of the closet to scare children, and I don't want to come out of the closet.
right.
Yeah, that'd
He's
be
stuck
gay.
there.
It's the stupidest joke I've ever done on this show.
Yep,
This is
and on that low note.
let's end this. Let's end this show on a low note, shall we?
Brown note, even.
Anyway,
Well, look,
you're
I
all
can't-
fuck ups. You're all fuck ups. I hate you all.
I understand that, but like, this is as low as I can go. Okay, like
I can go pretty low.
that's lower than I can go.
I can go pretty low.
Look at them
I
all
can't
shot.
go that low.
You never need to feel bad about yourself when you know they're.
Shut up and
You
die.
see Rorschach?
He squeaked. I heard it.
There was a squeak.
Yeah.
I definitely heard a squeak.
That was a plea for help. I know.
That was.
Clearly.
He's gonna. Don't worry, Rorschach.
Let the mouse go!
He's not gonna put you in a bucket on somebody's chest and then light the end on fire.
I speak rat. That was
I
clearly.
never.
That's a
Then-
really specific set of circumstances.
No, no.
Doug.
Besides, I've only trained to respond to a precise command.
There it was again. I heard it.
No.
This is
And he's gone.
There's a. There's just.
just so you all know. The squeaks. That's send signals or help. That was what that was.
We're
Not for Opterus.
We're gonna go away now, and I don't have anything pithy this time, or witty, or snarky, or sarcastic. I'm not gonna crack another radius joke. We're just gonna go, people. Goodbye.
Bye.
We're not going to bring it full circle before the end.
Out for the.
No, because
Ow.
then you'd make a radius joke.
We're not gonna bring it full circle. We're not
We're
gonna.
not going to bring it full
We're not gonna
circumference.
do that. We're not gonna. I just. You know, just like people are still listening right now. We didn't even. There's like credits rolling, and we're talking.
I'm not really talking.
You really. You know,
Pentingast is cackling madly.
shut your dick traps.